90.3 KEXP online all over the world at KEXP.org. My name is Sharlese, and you are listening to Audio Oasis, the Northwest Music Show, and it's now time for live music by Radiation City on KEXP.
Mine. roses. I am the one that gets a beat up to cover the moon.
You're listening to live music by Radiation City here on Audio Oasis. You just heard Milky White and Butter. Did I get that right? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Both from the album Synthetica. I didn't get that right. Synesthetica. It's your guys' fault.
It is.
I know the truth.
It absolutely is our fault.
We did it on purpose.
I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I will accept because it is quite a nice album.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I just want to tell you guys that I got it at the same time as Deep Sea Divers Secrets. And they were just in queue back to back. And I was like, oh, this is so nice. And then you guys went on tour together. So whoever figured that out, I mean,
that was like,
me.
yeah. It was like a nice thing to be at their house one weekend, not playing actually a show with them. We just stayed with them. And I was like, we should tour together.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're like, we have a record coming out. And I was like, so do we.
Oh, great.
And it just
It
worked
just
out.
happened to be like a week apart. It was amazing.
Yeah, both just really nice albums. And as I was reading about your album, I was so happy to find out that you guys worked with John Vanderslice. That's really cool. How did that come about? How'd you guys work that out?
We met him in San Francisco, actually, when we were playing a festival called Fono del Sol.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing studio tours at Tiny Telephone. And he's a magical creature, as you know.
Yeah.
And we fell into his web of magic.
Yeah. And then decided to make a record.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys flew back to San Francisco?
We drove down.
Drove down. And your previous albums, did you guys do those in Portland?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we recorded those ourselves in the past.
So what was that process like to just leave it to somebody else to record? And
Terrifying.
yeah.
It's a lot more money to do it that way.
Yeah, definitely. Did you like the overall experience?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it taught us a lot of things about ourselves and about our process. And that was valuable.
Yeah.
You know?
Can I ask what were some of the things that you learned?
Some of the things we learned were that I think there's a lot of value in some of the initial ideas that we have.
Yeah.
Like the demoing process, we kind of lost some things in the recording process. And I think everybody has that experience. They have a little bit of what they call demo-itis. But but we sort of like honed a little bit more in on what we are good at doing ourselves and then what we want to leave up to somebody else.
Yeah.
We also came back and did some reworking with a guy in Portland named Jeremy Scherer.
Yeah.
And he's incredibly talented and like really kind of was able to see our ideas and just make them happen.
Yeah. So I read about him. It looks like he worked on the last Modest Mouse album, and he also worked on a Gossip album as well. Mm-hmm. And I also read that he did some drum sequencing on your album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, did you plan on him adding in parts?
We kind of played it by ear a little bit because we brought the tracking back from Tiny Telephone, and then we incorporated our demos into the process, and we kind of like carved away the stuff that wasn't working and added in the stuff that was working from the older stuff. But then sometimes the sounds from like our drum sequencing that were just kind of thrown together were not great. So he would like help us find better sounding samples or accentuate the patterns or whatever.
Yeah, like there would be live drums, but also like just to accentuate the kick, he would add an electronic sequence on top of it. So,
Yeah. And you
yeah.
guys were like, we like it.
It's like, sounds
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
He knows
for
what he's
doing that.
And so, would you say that like you guys enjoyed this process more than doing it yourselves overall?
No
No.
way, man.
No. Yeah.
I feel like every album to some degree is like torture, but like beautiful torture.
Yeah.
But this one was like, it was such a learning process for us that that it was really difficult, and it took so long that by the time we were done, I mean, I can speak for myself, I kind of hated the record. But I think that's kind of common with bands once they finish.
Yeah, I think that happens every time, but yeah, there's lots of weird juju with this record. Like a lot of stuff happened, and yeah,
Like some weird things.
like personal issues, and yeah, it really was just kind of a growing period.
Yeah.
And so for that, like, we're extremely lucky that we got, so many people backed our Kickstarter and just supported it, and it did come out, and it's doing as well as it's doing.
Awesome.
Like, so many good things happened from it. But I think that we also realize the value in our own talents, and we'll probably work with somebody when it comes to mixing, but as far as producing, like, I think we have a lot of great brains just right here, and
Yeah.
we need to utilize that.
Yeah. And I heard that you guys already are working on a follow-up.
Totally.
This record is just so new.
Well, it's not new to us, and that's kind of when I was talking about how long the process
Right.
took. Like, we were writing songs kind of throughout that process, and
Yeah.
But the follow-up wouldn't happen until, I don't even know, next year or something.
Yeah. So is there a theme to this album, and will there be a theme to the follow-up?
There's a theme to this record.
which kind of speaks to the name, the title, Synesthetica,
Yeah,
to some degree.
to some degree. Oh man, it's everything. It's just like life and how you experience it and how you grow from it, and the things that fail, the things that come out of the failing, and that's really vague, but we don't really get too personal about our stuff either.
Yeah. I don't think you have to.
I think it's
You
pretty.
don't even have to finish
Yeah.
answering this question.
Well,
we
I
could
feel-
actually go into more music if you'd like.
We could do that. But I do want to say that I think it's my favorite art kind of dangles the listener over that feeling as opposed to like shoving it in their face. So it's like we like to leave some of the interpretation up to the listener.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I think that's listening to music in itself anyway, and being a fan of a band.
There you go.
With that said, more Radiation City here on Audio Oasis on KEXP.
Here is the earth.
Where do you come from? Where do you go? How could you be here if you're down in a hole? Look up, the night is dark, but you're a bright kid. Where do you come from? Where do you go? This isn't a bedroom, so take off your clothes. Take up a new pastime, it's well past the time we did.
Do you come and go when you know?
darkness, it's been there since you were young. Let's cut it open with a golden tongue. What does it taste like? How does it sound? How could it disappoint if you keep coming around?
When you know, oh, oh,
You're listening to live music by Radiation City here on Audio Oasis on KEXP. You just heard Come and Go and Sugar Broom, both also from the album Synesthetica.
Nailed it.
Yes. Awesome. So I read that you guys really enjoy Brazilian bossa nova.
We sure do.
And I wanted to ask you guys to recommend some albums for listeners.
Oh, man. So many good ones.
Anything by Milton Nascimento is my jam.
I really love the record with Walter Wanderley and Estrud Gilberto. It's, what is it called? A certain smile, a certain sadness, I think.
I have some Sergio Mendes at home.
Sergio Mendes is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 2 albums.
He's got a lot of albums.
Yeah, he has a lot.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a great song on Brazil 66, that Sergio Mendes album, that I discovered was actually a Georges Benjor. I don't know how to say any of those names. But
Just like I don't know how to say your album title.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool.
And so that's another good one to look up if you know how to even spell that after
Awesome.
my butchering it.
No, totally cool. Another thing I wanted to ask about is the album art and the inspiration behind it. So there's like 2 ladies, and then there's also one of you guys.
No, there's just 2 ladies.
But maybe you're thinking about the press photo,
I am.
which we wanted to
yeah,
incorporate into the...
Yeah.
Okay, so along the bossa nova realm, and basically any like classic thing from the 60s, music from the 60s, the album art is, a lot of the album art will have just a strikingly beautiful woman on the front, probably to get people to buy it or whatever. Dolled up and whatnot, sometimes wearing clothing, sometimes not.
Sometimes wearing whipped cream.
Sometimes wearing whipped cream. And so we kind of wanted to pay homage to that. It's also a reference to Holy Mountain. I don't know if you've seen that.
A little bit of Kubrick in there, like Space Odyssey.
Cool.
Yeah, so the futurism.
Very cool. I like it.
Yeah,
So
yeah, the futuristic with the past.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you guys sounded extra great today. I really like this song, Sugar Broom.
Cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I like that it's long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some upcoming shows that you have, Treefort Music Festival in Boise, Idaho. And then you're heading out to Europe. Is this your first time going to Europe?
It's our second time.
Second time. What are you guys looking forward to?
We're going to France for the first time. We're going to Paris.
Paris.
We're going to Brussels. We just found out our show got moved from
Some other place.
somewhere in the Netherlands.
We're playing 4 shows in the UK.
Cool.
So lots of places we didn't play last time, and we get to go back to Germany, which is amazing. We're just really lucky to go at all.
Yeah, well, that's exciting. You guys have an exciting album to take along with you. So
Thanks.
thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank
for
you
having us.
Yeah. You've been listening to live music by Radiation City here on 90.3 KEXP Seattle.
Discover new music at listener-powered KEXP.org.